You know, it's funny. Some people think conflict is a storm, something to be feared. But what if it was a dance, a rhythm, a pulse, a game of words and minds, where the one who steps forward, who holds their ground, who speaks with certainty wins? Because being silent, being passive, that's a cage. And you know what happens when you stay caged for too long? People forget your roar. They step on your space. They mistake kindness for weakness and patience for surrender. But that's not you. That was never you. See, you already know this deep down, don't you? That the world listens to lions, not mice. That power, it isn't in avoiding conflict, but in stepping into it, owning it, using it. Because conflict, it isn't chaos, it's clarity. It's the space where boundaries are drawn, where voices are heard, where respect is claimed. And isn't it true, the greatest minds, the ones who shape history, who lead, who inspire, they don't run from the fire, they walk through it. Debate isn't destruction, it's construction. It's the art of holding your space, standing your ground, and watching as the world learns to listen. And maybe, just maybe, as you step into this power, as you feel that surge of confidence, that quiet knowing deep inside, something shifts, something clicks, and suddenly, the idea of speaking up, of holding firm, of being heard, feels natural, feels easy, feels like you because it is. And as you move forward, as you let this belief settle deep into your mind, into your very being, you begin to notice. Conversations change. People respond differently. They listen. They respect and you. You don't have to shout. You don't have to fight. You simply are. A presence, a force, a voice that matters. And isn't that exactly who you're always meant to be? Because isn't it fascinating how the mind works? How belief shapes reality? How the moment you decide to step into your power, the world shifts to meet you. It's almost as if all along, the key was right there, not outside, not in someone else's approval, but within. Because you see, life has a rhythm, a flow, a silent negotiation happening in every moment. And those who step forward, who claim their space, who speak with certainty, those are the ones who shape the conversation, the ones who influence, the ones who decide. And maybe you've noticed it before, that strange, electric moment when someone raises their voice, not in anger, but in certainty, and the room shifts, the air changes, people lean in, listen, respect. Because power, it isn't just volume. Power is presence. It's the weight of knowing who you are and what you stand for. And the truth is, you were never meant to shrink, never meant to be small, never meant to tiptoe around other people's comfort at the expense of your own truth. Because boundaries aren't walls, they're invitations for others to meet you with respect, to engage with you on equal ground, to understand that your voice matters, your thoughts matter, your presence matters. And conflict it isn't something to fear. Conflict is clarity. It's truth in motion. It's the moment when the unspoken becomes spoken, when the lines are drawn, when respect is established. Because when you step into that space, not with anger, not with aggression, but with certainty, something happens. People listen. And isn't that why you've always known deep down that silence was never the answer? That shrinking away never brought peace, only resentment. That the only way to truly be in this world is to show up, to speak up, to own your space unapologetically. Because it's time, isn't it? Time to stop waiting for permission. Time to stop hoping to be understood, and instead to command understanding. Time to stop being a spectator in conversations, where your voice belongs. And the more you step into this truth, the more natural it feels. Like a muscle strengthening with every use. Like something awakening deep inside, because this isn't new, is it? It's always been there. This fire, this presence, this knowing. And now, as you step forward, as you claim your space, as you speak with the quiet, undeniable force of someone who knows, something clicks, and you realize you were never the mouse. You're always the lion. You just had to remember.